Hello, gossipers. So, we want to send a huge congratulations to my country of birth, Jamaica, in Canada, for the bobsled competition. They won gold in the four-man race and bronze in the two-man race. And, this all started back in the Winter Olympics of 1988 in Calgary, Alberta. Alberta, yeah. And since then, Jamaica has competed in several Olympics events in that category. So Winter Olympics. And, people will say, "Oh, Jamaica is in the islands. It's all sun. What's going on?" And I love to see people adventuring out into different what you call that, different sports, not because you're from a country where it's just sunshine 24/7 doesn't mean that you don't want to go and learn how to, say, do bobsled or do skiing and stuff like that to represent your country, and also to show that sport is sport. Anyone can do it. Given the opportunity, the training, the hard work, it will pay off. And just from their Olympic debut in 1988, there's a video. Let's watch a video of the first time Jamaica competed in the Winter Olympics, again in Calgary, Alberta. Let's take a look at this.
Come on, the clock, the clock. Set! Set! Up!
So you saw that right there. That was the very first Olympic the Jamaican bobsled team competed in. So they're saying that with the four-man bobsled team, it was a breakthrough victory at the North American Cup in Whistler, Canada. And, that made a milestone for the team because they won gold. And this was not the first time they won gold. In 2000, sorry, the team won gold at the World Push Championships in Monaco. So, the Jamaican bobsled team, they are determined, they're resilient, and they have inspired a new generation of athletes in the Caribbean. Like I said before, seeing people from the tropics, and you don't think of them going into winter sports, but again, sports is for everyone. You could try everything, and it's good to see diversity, especially in sports that do not reflect diversity. And one being, it's because it's called winter. If you're from the Caribbean, the islands, then of course you're gonna be like, no, that's not something you'd be in. But with the determination, like hard work, and if it's something you want to do, then you go, you practice, and you represent your country. And people were excited for the Jamaican bobsled team because they came out with a movie, I think it was 1993, called Cool Runnings, and that was a huge movie. And ever since then, when Jamaica is competing in the bobsled or any other sport, there's a lot of support. So now we're going to get to the winners. Probably we should have said that earlier. Of the four-man sled who won gold, and then the two-man sled that won bronze. So we're going to take a look at those videos. So there's music to this video. So while we're watching the video, we'll just name the four-man that's on the team. And the pilot, his name is Shane Pitter. And the brakeman, his name is Andre Dacris. And then the other two is you have Junior Harris and Taekwondo Tracy. So they are the ones you see right there on the podium that won the gold. So now we're going to take a look at the two-man's race. So from the two-man race, for the two-man race, we have Shane Pitter and Nimroy Target. So Shane Pitter, he's the starter of both the two and the four. They call him, I guess, the pilot. So yeah, so he won, he won two medals, is gold and is bronze. And congratulations to the Jamaicans, shout out to them. Again, doesn't matter what country, island you're from, if you have the will, the dedication, the drive to, commit to a sport that is not usually seen in your place of, or I should say your country. I was going to say place of birth, that too, but your country, and it's something you want to tackle and put your country out there on the map of one of the countries that does do that sport that was not expected, then you go ahead and do it. So again, shout out to the Jamaican team bobsled. And yeah, until next time, gossipers, what are your thoughts on these stories or this story, right? So the bobsled original from 1988, and then come now to 2025. They're still doing it. They're not giving up. And it's good that they're staying, and they want to show that it's something they can do. So yeah, shout out to Jamaica. Big up, big up.